Hello and welcome everybody.
I'm more good than I am bad.
Playoffs and the momentum leading up to it is all but high at this point.
And I'll be somewhere that
You have to go into every gunfight in this game, especially where trades are almost a necessity. A Seeker will come through and steal 3.
God damn it, I'm hyped. K7, you just got a trade here on a Wednesday night.
And welcome everybody to K7 match night here, the relegation round number 1. We just saw a hell of a match earlier with myself and Brett. Now I am joined by the beautiful baby-faced who is with me on the Shaven Gang. Big and tall Matt Drescher, how you doing tonight, buddy? I am excited to get this match underway.
I mean, personally, I'm missing the beard right now, but I'm excited for Call of Duty, dude. Hey, man, engagement photos, you got to do what the fiance wants to look good. The hair got cut. The beard is gone. The photo shoot's done. Got to shave one more time for the wedding, and the Viking beard / Amish beard will probably be coming back for the rest of my life until I get sick of it, hopefully. But enough about me, guys. We had a good game tonight. You have a good producer now, no longer going to be me, so you don't have to deal with my antics and my mess-ups. But for the first time doing it with the crew, it's very nice. But looking at these maps real quick, getting into tonight, it's going to be the same exact map rotation that we went ahead and saw with game number 1 with the Checkmate, Express, Raid, Apocalypse, and Moscow. We only went up to Apocalypse, but we did see a really, really good SND. We had a Ninja Diffuse, we had a round 11, and we also had an Ace. It was a very action-packed S&D, and I got to see it from a production's point of view. But Shifty, you were actually casting that one.
Yeah, it was a hell of a map, to say the least. I mean, we saw a round 11, and like you said, in illustrious fashion, with not only the full-on ace coming out of one of the players from Elation, but also the Ninja Diffuse as well, which was beautiful. So I love it. I think we have there's a reason that they set this map lineup to be what it is, and I think it's because they wanted us to have a blast on stream. I love this map rotation. We get not a single repeat, which is going to be awesome, and the hard point on Checkmate is going to be a blast to start it off. I'm familiar with the players on Team Veer, Inferno, who has been in the chat multiple times. Shouts out to you, as he is going to be on one of these teams, the Team Veer, and he has been known to have a snapper here, so we'll see how he does in this best of 5 series against K7Q, another team coming in without an org, trying to vie for a spot to replace God Gaming, Swear Society, and potentially Team Hustle from Season 3. So if you're unfamiliar with what we're doing here right now, that is what this is for. The bottom 3 teams have been dropped down to this bracket. So God Gaming, Swear Society, and Team Hustle have lost their right to stay in the league for Season 4 due to the performance during Season 3, and now they're thrown into a bracket with a bunch of gunners as they all vie for the bottom 3 spot theoretically in the league, but bottom 4, as we will take the top 4 teams and slot them back into the league for Season 4. So definitely a potential opportunity to put yourself in the chance for some money here for the next season of K7, and I am excited. We have seen so much good Call of Duty already, and I am so stoked to see this best of 5.
Yeah, we got 1 more game tonight and 2 more tomorrow. So we were talking about it earlier. It reminds us of like Call of Duty from a few years ago, where you would see these AM teams, these teams that weren't on the regular base, Optic Phase, et cetera, 100 Thieves back in well, not even back in the day. I sound like a boomer saying that, but only a few years ago, you would get these guys that get to play in the play-in bracket, and X amount of teams got the I believe they started in losers, and they got to go as far as they could. And honestly, this is a chance for the teams to win. I believe they get to play in the play-in bracket as well, if I am mistake or if I'm correct. But
no, you're correct. Yeah, you're
all
correct.
right, so they do get to go ahead and play in the tournament on top of having a spot for it next season. So it's really nice seeing, I'm going to say some fresh faces around. Because like you said, I believe this is the Swear Society roster. Some of it, at least, if I recall. I'm not too sure. But we are going to be seeing those familiar faces because they did go ahead and, like you said, lose their rights for their spot. So going into next season, you're going to be seeing obviously a lot of familiar faces, but you're also going to be seeing some new faces thanks to this little method that they go ahead and do. And it's a great. I like the system a lot.
I do too.
You give. This is K7's already a great service, I guess you can go ahead and say, for these younger AMs who are trying to get a hold of things. And honestly, it's great seeing this as well, giving them a chance to go ahead and play with like top dogs, for example, Natural Talent. I mean, obviously the other Heartbreakers, et cetera, that are in, like, I would say they are like punching the ceiling of being considered some of the top AM teams, like behind like Westar and what the heck, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, whatever Parasite's got going on now, you know? So it's going to be interesting to see this map 1 underway. Veer up against K7Q.
Take a look here. It's the first map. Checkmate again for the second time tonight is kills initially flying in favor of K7Q. Jumper, a team that we have seen here, or a player that we have seen here before, especially if you pay attention to the Challengers division, as they are looking fierce, primed, and ready to go, as they have initial control of P1, and continuing to do so is the man, the myth, the legend, Say, the man who is named after this team, or the team is named after, rather, is currently double positive in the points category for the side of K7Q, but coming back as the side of Team Veer, nodding it back up. But again, you and I both know those rotations over to P2 going to be oh so pivotal. And right now, K7Q looking primed to not only hold the middle of the map here, but also potentially P2.
Yeah, and then, like you said, going to hill number 2 now. It's not under complete control of everybody because you are going to see Mr. Inferno coming up on the rear, and the kill will go ahead and come out. But here's number 8. Jumper can go ahead and make something happen here, but now that Veer has the respawns, I actually don't see them doing too much more on the side of K7Q, but those kills are going to go ahead and come out. Number 8, once again, go ahead and try and make something happen here from Crates, but here comes the rest of his team. Jumper with a big kill there to go ahead and find one, and if they go ahead and push out fast enough, maybe they can go ahead and catch him off of their spawn. But backing up already, Dave going to be looking for his second kill, not going to be able to get it. Gaby will go ahead and pick up that one. Now coming all the way around, Veer spawning on the backside of or the opposite side, I should say, on the backside of where they're at right now. But 20 seconds left on the hill. You are going to see Evan going to push up, try and get a few kills here to maybe go ahead and maybe give them a little bit of an advantage going into hill number 3. But right now, you just see the K7Q roster. It does look like they went ahead and gave up on the last hill. 5 seconds left on it, trying to set up here. But right now, it just number 2, Evan, is just staying alive right now. He is hiding. He's going to wait to hopefully catch somebody off guard. As he does, big kill coming from there. Going to be able to find another one. And he also knows there's one below him thanks to that person being on the hill. But now the spawns have flipped. Spawns are, I'll say, an advantage right now for the Veer guys right now. But let's go ahead and see what the K7Q guys can go ahead and get some more points on this hill as Veer is just taking a little bit of a lead.
Yeah, Veer is really, I mean, I think they're doing a good job asserting their presence towards the middle of the map. I mean, that P3 hill is so difficult to take control of if you don't have middle map presence, whether it's in top plane or in around the bottom wing area. And K7Q trying to make that happen in their favor as Jumper and Fierce will tag team onto Gibby. There is now that very brief moment of map control, still going towards that white squad on the right side. But P4 getting ready to pop. Nice 3 straight kills from K7Q as now they will put together a couple strings, but realistically, you got to look at how well Team Veer has staved off the aggression there from P3, and even though K7Q rather, potentially in a position to make something happen by the spawns, Inferno taking it upon himself to ensure that nobody can press that P4.
Yeah, so far so good. I mean, it's a close matchup right now, 88 and counting up to 42, but this crate hill right now is definitely in favor of Veer right now. 2 on the radar right now, looking to get an engagement with number 7. Dave will go ahead and come on top of that one. But now it's going to be a 1v3. He's able to find another. That's going to be 2 kills for him. He's looking for number 3 with the wall bang. But now it's just going to be Woo trying to make something happen here close. We'll go ahead and get taken out by Jumper. And Dave is just bobbing and weaving, getting those shots down, scaring anybody coming down that road or down the alley, whatever you would go ahead and call it. but Gibby hopping up on plane. If that boy has an AR, he might be able to cause some damage here with 3 of the 4 players currently around the hill. S5 goes ahead and makes his way out. Say making his, oh, actually Say gets taken out by Gibby, and he does have that sub. This control right here could be big, and they know he's here. Gibby able to land a few shots. Shot whack coming out. Big kill from them, and now the rotation will completely be in favor of Veer as K7Q go ahead and spawn tailside warehouse.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough position for K7Q. That P5 hill so difficult to break from the front without having any kind of spawn influence here. Say is going to have to put trust in their gun skill as Dave and Co are able to make 2 kills happen. Can't make the 3rd or the 4th, unfortunately, as Wu still holding it down. And now the superior positioning, like you said, due to that early rotation from Veer, going to really rear its teeth here as they continue to hold down this point. And honestly, that's crazy because K7Q was really close to making that a lot more competitive after P4. I mean, we saw essentially what was almost a 20-point lead get completely dissipated, and now 60 points almost in favor of Team Veer after this first set of rotations. P1 going to pop for the 2nd time, and now we're going to see a bloodbath towards the top of the plane.
With only 2 players currently here, it will be Gibby and Evan. As Gibby goes ahead and falls, if Say can go ahead and pick up this next kill here, that's going to be points obviously going in favor of them, but they are in a little bit of catch-up mode right now. They're a couple points behind, probably pretty much a full rotation of hills. With team bullets, whatever you want to call it, damage will go ahead and come out. Not going to really affect the situation too much, but it will be contested. We're going to try and make something happen here. Maybe a possibility of a small little flank, but honestly, the flank might not be worth it. You do want to go ahead and hold these spawns because you guys did such a good job with just holding hill number 2, but now the kills are coming out. K7Q is going to go ahead and attempt to go ahead and flip these spawns. You're going to see Dave now. It's going to be a 1v2, and you see they're spawning on the last hill. They're spawning on hill 5 now, the shoot house area. But shots will go ahead and come out. If they can go ahead and push up here, 8 and just 8, it's going to be Jumper. Does go ahead and get taken out, actually. And it will be Inferno just chilling back here. And here comes the backup from Wu. And now they're spawning on the opposite side, just back crates right now. And K7Q, they're it's not as far as it was before, but we saw how Team Veer went ahead and performed last time we saw them on this hill. I would be a little bit scared if I was K7Q.
Yeah, I agree, and honestly, it comes on the backs of some really nice early rotations and spawn advantage from the side of Inferno especially. He's been doing a great job holding down this Krig and ensuring that not only is he rotating all the way back, I mean, we saw it on the first rotation to P2 as well, as he was the only member from Team Veer that was beyond that 1/3 line and in towards the backside spawn of Say and Company, as him and Jumper are having a kill race right now. 21 and 15 for Jumper, 21 and 16 for the side of Inferno, as this lead is going to get out of hand very quickly if K7Q doesn't catch an early rotation here towards P3 and ensure that they can hold down the middle map. The problem is that this hill is very scrappy, very easy to contest, and if they can't continuously win their gunfights, then they're going to be at a humongous disadvantage, as Veer realistically is only 2 hard points from taking this game.
Yeah, and like you said, they have to do plenty of, let's say, poke hill for Say. They're just contesting on and off contesting. But a 3-piece on the side of K7Q will go ahead and come out. 3 out of the 4 players now down on Veer. Inferno looking to make something happen. He's going to be able to find one. Steve's going to be close right below him. But will he check his right? Doesn't matter. Oh, there. Nope, I lied. Fierce will be the one there. And he will go to pick up a double. Fierce, he somehow got the kill after he died. Must have been some team damage going on there. But now Dave going to go ahead and try and make something happen. Nope, we'll go ahead and get spoiled from Evan. Evan now going to pick up a double kill. Gibby picking up another. But currently just no one's chilling on the hill. You know, they're going to go ahead and fight for this next one. Like you said, it was just a very scrappy hill. Not too much time was put into it at all. I believe K7Q only got 27 seconds. And Veer only got like 10 or 15. Like you said, a little bit more than half was utilized there.
Yeah, well, and I mean, that's the thing, too, with it being such a closely knit hill. I mean, very easy to contest. Clearly, neither team getting points if both teams are present inside the hill, as Jumper and Fierce doing a great job of trying to clear out P4. But again, we see that spawn advantage really rearing its teeth here from the side of Team Veer. They have never, and I'm saying never, throughout the course of this map so far, spawned out. I mean, they have had brief moments where they've had split spawns, but never has K7Q been able to flip and efficiently hold the positive spawn for any of these hills yet. So honestly, the fact that they have put up 131 seconds, to me, is amazing, because they've done it clearly on the backs of pure aggression and being able to challenge through the front. So if we see maybe these rotations start to improve, then we might be able to see them bring it back, as P5 has popped and K7Q is initially in the advantage of full 4-team wipe coming in favor of K7Q. And this is exactly what they needed. If they hold this whole hard point, then we're back to a 20-point game.
Yeah, and this has to be it right now, because that first hill has been scrappy on both sides. When we went ahead and hit it for the first time and the second time, if they get to that hill 3, dude, I think that's going to be it. Veer has done such a good job holding it both times. So this is where they need to strike. I do believe that K7Q has to go ahead and win it on the next hill. So all the time possible here. And right now, by the look of things, they might be able to do it. And I'm doing my math quick enough, and I'm probably not. But there you go. Jump out a 5 spree. And he's going off. Dave will go ahead and get team killed by Fierce. Fierce will go ahead and get picked up. But now it's going to be Veer. Veer's going to pick up that scrap time now. And we're going to go ahead and go to the third set of rotations. Hill number 1. And it will be 2 players on the side of K7Q. Number 8, number 7, Dave and Jumper. As the kills go ahead and come out, and Inferno is going to be in a great spot. The one player is one shot in the hill, but Save will get a triple kill to go ahead and keep the hill for K7Q. And that is why the team is probably named after him.
6-kill streak for the side of Say, as he's 25 and 25, trying to make it 26, but will not matter, as Inferno taking a big 2-piece, Gibby snagging the third. And honestly, that might be it. K7Q spawning pretty far out. They're going to have a tough contest here, because now these nades going to fly in. We're going to need another big multi-kill from Say and company, and they will get it, at least for the moment, on the backs of some nice entry kills. But again, look at how early the rotations have come in from Team Veer. It's not a super far traversal to get those rotations as he hit his own teammate there. Unfortunately, that is a downfall for the side of Say and company, as Team Veer again going to get those early rotations. And to me, it looks like they will close it off in an illustrious fashion. It's going to be 250 to 203. Nice first map from Veer. However, there are flakes of positivity to take from Say and company there. At one point in time, they were down almost 100 points. And the fact that they were able to bring it back and make it a one hard point game can definitely say about their ability to close. As if Jumper continuously goes on streaks like that, it might be dangerous as the series gets going.
Yeah, dude, that, like, point-wise, it wasn't, like, crazy close. I mean, it was kind of, I guess. But like you said, it was a 100-point differential. I'm really excited for this S&D, dude. I'm feeling around 11 already. Just both these teams are hungry right now, and you can definitely go ahead and tell. Say and Jumper both having, like, huge memorable moments. Jumper getting that play of the game, and Say, honestly, they capitalized on that. They brought that game so much closer than, honestly, what it was. But like I said, if they go ahead and hit that second hill, number 3, Veer was holding that with just perfect. Just nothing went wrong about that. I believe it was Dave, like you said, was a little too cracked out right there, hitting his own teammate. That might have cost it a little bit. I'm not going to lie. If that player was at full HP, a little bait and switching, who knows? But nonetheless, that is now map 1 over with. We can go ahead and say it like that. But now map 2, if I do recall, will go ahead and be Express S&D, because it is the same rotation. And honestly, this is now my, well, I can just say second time casting Express. Sure. It took me forever to go ahead and get an Express match, and now I'm getting 2 in less than a week. It's great. So I'm very excited to go ahead and see this map in the rotation and actually casting it once again, being a Black Ops 2 fanboy that I am. And with hopefully with Standoff coming in, that's going to make things even more interesting.
I agree with you. I am, and I'm very excited to get to commentate with you for your second time here. As Matt, you've been doing great stuff for K7. Thank you for helping out and filling in and casting as much as you have here recently. It's been a blast to have you on the casting roster and Express, a map that realistically can go one of two ways. You can see hyper aggression, you can see super passive play. And I think it has a lot to do with how the bomb sites are laid out. We have A, with some of those longer sight lines, that top bridge area, if you will, and the staircases that can be utilized to lock them down efficiently, not only over towards the A side, but also towards the middle of the map where the trains actually are, back towards the train tracks, or that B site, something that we have seen all hell break loose on multiple
Yeah.
occasions. We see both teams spawn so close to that Bravo site. And honestly, if you can break in and snag a couple initial kills, B can go in your favor really, really heavily. And we've seen rounds take the full minute and a half, the full 2 minutes and 45, or the full 2 minutes and 15 seconds with the a minute and a half and the 45-second bomb timer. And we've seen rounds that end in 15. So definitely a duality of play styles here. And if we see the aggression that we saw in the back half of that hard point from both teams here, it's going to be a nail biter, man. It's going to be a slobber knocker of an S&D, and I'm excited to get it underway.
Yeah. And imagine if we had smokes and snipers on this one, especially Express being the way that it is, dude.
Jesus.
Smokes would be insane.
Ooh, man, you cover that B push with a smoke and get the bomb down, and oh my goodness, it would be crazy. I thank God for GAs though, because I'm glad that we don't have to deal with that. But we will very quickly throw you over to a break. We are hearing in our ears here from Kyle, a beautiful producer, that the players need a second to get ready, probably need to drink some chalky milk and take a bathroom break. And we will be right back right after this. Don't you go anywhere. We have map number 2, Express S&D, Team Veer, up 1-0 right after this.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Clear sky. Where am When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down.
Hello, welcome back. As an arduous break that was, is getting some things behind the scenes figured out. Apparently, some players were not too happy with the performance during the map number 1. However, with that being said, we are on map number 2, and Express S&D is in full effect right now as Saiyan Company versus Team Veer. If you missed map number 1, Team Veer taking it 250 to 204 as we are immediately evened up here in a 3v3. The bomb has been attained by Evan over towards that A site as Fierce trying to work a flank towards the backside as Inferno might just get the better of the timing. As stagnant play so far as Evan and Co is really kind of trying to work their way over towards A, but nothing really huge happening yet. Woo, big kill there, putting the numbers back in Veer's favor.
Yeah, and right now, like you said, 3v2 right now, Saiyan Co. Bomb isn't planning yet, 35 seconds left, but they really have Say's an okay spot to go ahead and try and contest the A site. Getting out of there definitely is key. Maybe regrouping with your buddy. The bomb's going to go ahead and go down. Maybe there it goes, now planted. 42 seconds to go ahead and work with now left on the clock. Say and Jumper going to be the last two. Going up against Inferno, Evan, and Woo, who are currently just all surrounding the bomb. Maybe Say might be able to make something happen here as it goes ahead and gets aggressive now. Waiting oh so patiently. Jumper trying to get the jump onto Woo. I believe that's who that was. But Say not going to be able to get the shot whack in. We're going to get taken out, and Jumper also going to go ahead and fall. As Veer is going to go ahead and take map or round number 1, excuse me. And we could have seen something. I forgot who you said it was, but on the side of Saiyan Co, somebody was on the flank, and I actually think it was Jumper or Say.
It was Fierce.
Fierce.
Yeah,
wow,
Fierce was on the flank. Nice try. That's
it
okay.
was 6. I'm like, who was number 6?
Yeah, Fierce was on the flank, but unfortunately not able to make it come to fruition, which you and I both know that A site can be very dangerous if you're not watching your back, as we saw Inferno doing a good job there of that. Is a near perfect round from the side of Veer, as Jumper taking a very quick first blood, putting the numbers in favor of Saiyan Co here on this attacking round.
Yeah, 3v4. You do have all 3 players on the side of Veer are on this A site, so this could actually be really big trouble for Mr. Bombman Dave right now. Because if he goes ahead and peeks out, they're going to have total bomb control. But playing it slowly, Say's going to find Inferno. Gibby going to try and make something happen there. Say going to pick up a big double kill. And now it's going to be a 4v1. Woo will be the last man up, currently in an engagement with Jumper. Will he be able to go ahead and maybe out-jump Jumper? No, he cannot.
My
a bunch of bomb and weaving. And it will be Saiyan Co coming out on top. And it, I can already tell, bro, this is, I know we're only 2 rounds into this, but the way that these guys are playing, how aggressive they are, this is probably going to be a back and forth map.
Oh, yeah, I think it's going to end up, I mean, with what we've seen so far, with both teams able to aggressively push in and realistically take full control of the A site. I mean, it very well may boil down to who can steal a defense here. As you and I talked about it earlier, dictating the pace of this map can be the difference between winning and losing. And look at this full B hit from the side of Team Veer. We've got some players from Saiyan Company who are pushed up and ready to stop it, as Say will take the first blood. A nice trade from Gibby, all evened up at 3 apiece. Jumper definitely in a tough spot.
Jumper is in a tough spot, like you said, but I don't think Inferno actually saw him peak. He is kind of looking that way, but I don't know if he saw him peak. So right now, if Jumper can go ahead and get even 1 kill here, it'd be huge. And there it is. Jumper did go ahead and take out Inferno. He wasn't able to find, or Inferno wasn't able to find him. He didn't see him, and Dave's going to pick up another. And now it's going to be up to Woo in another 1v3. Bomb is not in his hands. Bomb is currently chilling just outside of B site right now. And he might be able to, Fierce might be the one finding Woo, taking this time now. Woo's got to make something happen, though. 36 seconds left. But Fierce hunting him down. Back and forth right now. Woo turning around. Don't know what he's kind of doing. He's not saving for streaks. He's not saving his weapons. It's not Counter-Strike. So I'm a little bit confused what Woo's trying to do here. He doesn't have the op. Did he spot him? That was... okay. All right. That happened. I don't know.
Yeah, that was definitely
a lot of confusion.
Yeah, I mean, well, I know he was in a 1v3. Believe me, I understand that he understands that the cards were definitely stacked against him. A weird position to go. Maybe a lack of team cohesion. Maybe a lack of call-outs for the side of Team Veer, as Wu really, like you said, kind of wandering aimlessly around the map, if you will, as Say and company will get the advantage of that. And the very aggressive offense from Team Veer does not pay off, as we see a bit more conventional 2-2 split here from Say and company, as they again are going to try and work their presence over towards this A bomb site. The first blood is going to be insurmountably important, and Wu looking like he may be able to get the drop on this A site.
Yeah, Wu, if he can go ahead and peek out just at the right time, he knows there's a nade there. He knows there's at least one player here on the A site with them. But what he doesn't know is that there's actually two, and now the bomb will go ahead and go down. If he can peek here in time, the stun will go ahead and go off, hit the player. He knows he's there one just because the bomb is down. So now the intel's there. Fierce will go ahead and get taken out way over on B site. Evan will also find Dave, and now the bomb is down in a 2v3 situation. Say and Jumper, who have both been playing remarkably, 3-2 from Say, 4-1 from Jumper. So if anybody can do it, it's definitely going to be these guys. Jumper now has the intel on one, and Say's going to be able to find the other as well, vice versa. Inferno going to find Say, and now we're down to a 1v1. It will be Inferno going up against Jumper. The bomb is planted for him. So as long as Jumper just kind of runs, he doesn't even really have to play like this. It's a bit questionable, but with the AR go and AR battle here, shots go through, and it will be Say and Co. I had the bombs reversed for some reason, and I thought Say and Co was the ones that are on the defense there, but I was wrong once again.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's okay. We live and we learn here at the K7 League, as Jumper Swiss cheesing the dead body of that final member of Veer as they take a 3-1 lead here. As taking a look at your scoreboard, Evan, 223 damage. He's a 2 and 3, as the rest of the team is essentially right there with him. Jumper, really, again, the standout talent from the Say and Co team, is Say doing well as well at 4 and 3, but Jumper 6 and 1, starting off 0 and 1, has been on an absolute spree. And speaking of spree, Say will take the first 2 kills and put the lives advantage immediately in favor of the team that is apparently rightfully so named after him.
He will go ahead and get taken out, though, but like you said, Say, or he's earning the right to have his name in obviously just the name, in the name of the group that they're on. And now it's going to be down to a 2v2. It will be Fierce and Dave this time in the 2v2 situation, going up against Evan and Wu. A little bit of a flip here now on who's going to be hopefully trying to clutch up. They do have the bomb once again outside of B, but look at this. Fierce not going to be in too great of a spot for this engagement coming up. But maybe Dave will be able to go ahead and find.
Hello?
Okay. Evan. Okay, I was going to say he stared right at him, but Evan going to be able to pick up that one. Dave now going to be in a 1v2. That bomb did go to get planted. It is going to go ahead and get aggressive and misses the shot whack. Veer going to go ahead and find another round. Going to bring them down by 1, but 3-2 still in favor of Say and Co.
Yeah, definitely a nice answer back round from the side of Team Veer, one that they desperately needed. I mean, going down 4-1 is, clearly not as good as being 2-3, but also for the mental aspect of things, definitely want to make sure that you don't have to come back from an insurmountable deficit, as Say and company taking a look at their scoreboard yet again. 1,100 damage already from Jumper and Wu. Wu, unfortunately, getting the bad half of that stick at only 3 kills currently, so needs his teammates to maybe help facilitate some trades here. As take a look at the full B hit. Nobody the wiser from Team Veer. Nobody even over there quite yet, as they need to push up and put this bomb down, but Inferno very, very effectively playing patiently and ensuring that he gets the first blood.
And now the bomb will go ahead and go down in this 4v3 situation. Say going to be the only one down on Say and Co, but everybody else in the lobby will be up. Now with 32 seconds left to go ahead and work with, Veer has to go ahead and try and get this bomb defused. Veer's going to go ahead and get aggressive after Jumper goes ahead and pull out 2. And now it's going to be Wu in another 1v3. Wu continues to the last person up, but it won't matter. The nade will go ahead and find him. Now Say and Co is going to be 4 and 2. And honestly, just Say and Co, compared to that hardpoint, dude, they are so far so good as a solid S&D team right now. And now when we go ahead and we will go ahead and see the control, it will be very interesting to go ahead and see if they can bring this, like how aggressive they've been playing so far in this S&D. And honestly, the slaying power from Jumper 8 and 2, and then you have Say who's 6 and 5, just right there already in an S&D. That's huge. Fierce and Dave, yeah, they're lagging behind a bit, but look, they're 2 and 3 and 3 and 3. We are 6 rounds into this game, going on to round 7, and they've only died 3 times each. It's actually really good. So they're coming out decent in their engagement stats, per se. But yeah, getting on down.
Gibby on your screen. Gonna take a big first blood onto Dave. Again, immediately putting the numbers advantage in favor of Veer, at least for the moment, as Fierce will trade that off. 3v3 right now as Gibby, he's around the corner. The beauty of the Codcaster vision. Will Fierce check it? No, very wisely not chasing out and instead playing his life as he will bounce back up as, again, Team Veer struggled to take the A bomb site during their original offense. They took it during the first one, but have since kind of fallen to the wayside, and Fierce doing a great job and will steal 2. Unfortunately, Evan pumping some shots into the back of his teammate there and not making the situation any better. It's now a 1v2 with the bomb, however, in favor of Team Veer, or in K7Q rather, is Team Veer. They do have a shred of hope potentially with Evan having the bomb, but a nice bait and switch coming out from K7Q as, again, the Swiss cheesing of the bodies continues on. Some bad blood between these teams already, and there's only been 1 map played.
Yeah, and imagine if we go to 5 maps. I could only imagine how around 11, map number 5, we'll go ahead and go on Moscow if we go ahead and see that here tonight. But both teams right now, I mean, we saw Veer during that hard point looking at really, really good. Now K7Q is showing how good they are at the S&D. Now we're going to go ahead and be at match point right now. Fierce now 5-4, who I believe he was actually 3 or something like that, 2-3 or 3-4, something like that last round. But Gibby getting aggressive, finding 2 big kills on the Dave and Say, and now we're going to be here in a 2v4. It will be Fierce and Jumper having to go ahead and clean things up. They're both able to find 1 each, but Jumper will go ahead and get taken out. Now it's going to be a 1v2. Very doable for Fierce. He's a very good player with this AR as well, but he's currently kind of in a pickle. He's actually pretty much surrounded, but they are above him. They're playing together. So as long as we can kind of see him line up, this could still be in favor for Fierce, but he has to go ahead and make his way all around the map to go ahead and pick up that bomb. But he is playing ever so patiently. And I believe he saw the shadow of 1 when he peeked out.
Absolutely did, yeah. Absolutely.
And now he's just going to be waiting.
Tough situation, yeah. Veer, nice job there from Fierce, trying to play as patiently as humanly possible in the 1v2 there, but unfortunately the timing is getting the better of him as Veer again clawing their way, trying to anyways, back into this S&D. Again, 3-5 right now. If you missed map number 1, Team Veer did take it by a 46-point margin, 250 to 204. K7Q trying to even up this series at 1 apiece and guarantee us at least a 4th map for a 2nd time here tonight on this stream.
Yeah, that round 11 between these 2 teams, I think, would be absolutely insane. But like you said at the beginning, it's either really fast or really slow. So far, there's been no in between, but it does look like Veer will go ahead and take a bit of a slower approach as Fierce goes ahead and finds the first kill onto Gibby. Now you're just going to go ahead and see little triangles lined up with these last 3 players on Veer. Dave going to go ahead and get aggressive. Will he see Inferno? I don't think he did. Inferno's going to go ahead and land the shots. Fierce will also find 1, but Wu and Inferno both going ahead and find 1 each. Now I'm going to bring this to another 2v2. Inferno and Evan, this time on Veer. God, we got Say and Fierce. They have to go ahead and get this bomb picked up sometime soon. Say and Fierce taking their time. They're going to go ahead and check every corner possible. Evan and Inferno both have been playing really good all day. And an Evan 6-5 in this S&D. Bomb will go ahead and get picked up. Fierce. Not going to be able to get that angle. It doesn't look like it is, but the bomb will go ahead and go to A. I believe they actually saw Mr. Say as well on the B site, hence why they're going ahead and do a little fast rotate on over to A site. Both players going to be in the train, making their way towards it. Say not going to be able to land any shots on the Evan, who went ahead and planted that bomb. Inferno will go ahead and be on the bridge of the CT side of things. It's going to be very interesting to go ahead and see if any of these ARs can go ahead and take him out, because I actually believe Say and Fierce both have subs right now. Fierce will go ahead and be the first to fall, and now it will be Say in a 1v2 situation. Able to find 1? No, he's actually not able to find that. Veer will go ahead and just slap some shots on him, and now it's going to be 5-4 here, bud.
Yeah, what a great 2v1 situation there, and 2v2 from the side of Veer as Inferno and company will play it back-to-back, again, attached by that tether, that hand-holding style of play that seems to be so proficient, especially on a map like this where that A site is so closely knit, so many different angles that it can be challenged from. And what I hate to see is that, say, pre-firing a little too early around that corner. Maybe if he'd have played it a little bit more patiently, but speaking of patience, not what we're getting here. Another full B hit that will initially go in favor of Say and Company. 3-2 life advantage now in favor of the white squad over on the right. This bomb has been planted, and this is going to be a difficult retake for the side of Team Veer.
Yeah, now the bomb's down. Like you said, going to be very difficult in this situation, but it will be Evan going to find Jumper. Actually, it'll be vice versa. Jumper getting the jump onto Evan. Now Inferno's going to be stuck in that 1v3. Shot whack coming out, and it will be K7Q taking map number 2, 6-4. More Swiss cheese on the map. I don't know. That was, I don't want to say it's what was going to be expected, but honestly, K7Q looked really solid when it comes to S&D, and hopefully that goes ahead and transfers over to the control, because if we see the hard point, I believe, what was it, on Apocalypse, that might be something.
Well, yeah, and we've got, before we get there, we've got a raid control with, again, the second half of that hard point that we saw during the first map. We saw K7Q come back from almost 100-point deficit to bring it to within 50 or 46 points, rather. So with this S&D and them riding that momentum into the victory here in a 6-4 fashion, I mean, honestly, it could go either way. I mean, we've seen flashes of greatness from both squads. We've seen a really hot start from Team Veer in that hard point, and a really hot start from Say and Company in that S&D. So as we get to what is essentially, in my opinion, the best equalizer in terms of map and mode combinations, we very well may see this boil down to a map or a round number 5, as realistically, whoever comes out with the hot hand and maybe wins a quick offense, I think is going to be the victor here.
Oh, 100%. It was weird because you and Brett were talking about it on Raid, where it's like, oh, offense is going to be the hard side of things. No, I believe both the offenses, first team's offenses went in favor of those offenses.
Absolutely. Yep.
So, and it was really weird actually seeing that. Maybe you'll see it get lucky. It was just that it came down to that B push the first time. And honestly, if you can go ahead and get a wipe early, a 4-man wipe, and then you can go ahead and 3 or 4 stack a site, that's like instantly a whole site right there at the beginning. You're going to get 2+ minutes with a bunch of lives. Go ahead and push for the other one. But losing B early on Raid is extremely just, it's crucial. You can't let that happen on the defense. A is pretty much a lot. Let's go ahead and say it's a lot easier to go ahead and take over that B site. So looking over at this, whoever goes ahead and gets the defensive side at first, do not let them get those ticks and do not let them get those captures, because that round 5, though, I believe it's going to be total captures now. Yep. For round number 5, or does it come down to ticks after, say, they go ahead and capture the same amount?
So it's actually it's the amount of ticks. So if one team manages to grab 4 ticks instead of, so if they're able to fully attain A and then get 1 tick of B, it would put them ahead of the team that was only able to get A with no tick at B. So it is the overall map control, essentially, which in my opinion is the best way to reflect 100%. Who deserves the defense. I agree. I think that's a lot better than the initial kills race that we saw at the beginning of the game since this update, with the heavier objective team getting the more advantageous quote-unquote side, regardless of how actually advantageous it is on this map. But with that being said, we love these graphics. Again, big shout out to our partners, Designed by You, for making all of these beautiful transitions as we see map number 3 coming in hot and heavy. Raid control. Veer going to be back on the offensive to start here. Trades coming back and forth as it's almost an all-white kill feed. Say and Company taking the initial live advantage. Let's see if they can follow that with some map control here.
Yeah, now it's going to be Dave in a 3v1 situation on the B site here. Now going to be, well, now it's still going to be a 3v1, but you will go ahead and see Gibby get aggressive through basketball steps. Will he go ahead and be able to find something? Right now, he's just chilling. Now we're going to go ahead and pinch the number 7 player who does actually go ahead and get taken out. That's going to be 2 kills for the side of purple. Now make that 3. This B site going to go ahead and slowly get captured. And now, like we said, if they go ahead and grab this B site early, or even just a tick or 2, that it's obviously just crucial, as the first tick of B, I believe, will go ahead and be captured. Yep, there it goes. And now Jumper and Fierce can be able to find a few. Getting stuck. I don't know where that came from. Oh, it came from Inferno, apparently. But now here we go. The wipe goes in and comes out, but Veer, guess what? They are spawning on the ramp right now. And now they're going to be able to go ahead and hopefully take this A site unless Dave has something to say about it. And Jumper, and he does. Now what was a 2v3, now going to be a 2v1 as Gibby goes ahead and finds Dave getting a shot straight to the head, and Jumper will go ahead and be able to stop it there. Now with 47 seconds left, Woo's going to be up from behind. It will be Say trying to make something happen, and no, nothing will be able to happen. But A will most likely go ahead and get captured here with 18 lives for Veer, 21 for Sayenko, and 1:40 to work with 1 tick already on the B site. But right now, you see how Sayenko is lined up right now. You see Fierce all the way in the back, probably with his AR, just chilling, waiting for the spawns on the left side of Garage. And then now you're going to have the wraparound coming from Veer. But what was a good setup for Sayenko could actually kind of bite them in the butt now if Fierce doesn't go ahead and turn around.
Yeah, absolutely. That map control completely dissipating for the side of Say and company. However, nice answer back to the counter aggression from Team Veer as now they take, again, an oh-so-slight live advantage as now it's 14-12 with pinstripe kill feeds coming into effect. Now 13-10 with a minute left. Honestly, plenty of time here for Team Veer to make their way over to B. Me and Brett were talking about it during the first stream earlier. If you can get one full team wipe and stack the point, that can very quickly lead to an offensive victory. But right now, we're seeing Sayenko lock down a majority of this map. Inferno, none the wiser, will jump right in front of the bullets of Say. As right now, we're still seeing, honestly, a pretty stagnant push here from Team Veer. Want to see them work their way over to B a little bit more, but they're trying to get some spawn control on the backs of Evan, who's right now back towards basketball. This would be a humongous kill, as he will take it, as now the spawns are not only in control of Team Veer for the moment, but potentially B here. Jumper really the last one to make a play.
Yeah, 7 lives right now for Veer, going up against 11 from Sayenko. 13 seconds left. It's not a lot of time to work with as 3 players go ahead and fall on Veer, and now it's going to be a 11-3 life advantage still for Sayenko. Dave on that 5 streak, and honestly, 4 streak for Jumper as well. The shots going through, and Sayenko will go ahead and take round number 1 on the defense. So it's very good that they didn't go ahead and give up that defense early, because like we said, this map is very defensive heavy, and losing an offense off the bat is never good. But Jumper having quite a few outstanding plays here on this site. He pretty much solo held it. I dare say for probably maybe 30% of this. Only 1 tick was given on this, and he did a great job contesting, holding, just murder. Well, maybe I won't go that far, but let's say annihilating the competition. I don't know if TOS friendly with that word.
Dude's a monster.
I didn't know.
Dude is a monster. Triple positive right now is he 9-3 on a 4-kill streak and leading the lobby in kills, tied with his teammate Dave, who has also been putting in some very serious objective work here as Sayenko again. That first round going in their favor. Woo, very, very quickly pushing up towards B and going to snag the first blood. Dave will trade that out, though. Now 29 lives apiece, and we'll see if maybe that quick B capture will come to fruition for the side of Say and company, or are they just trying to initially get some picks in their favor? They've got players on both sides, B and A. Unfortunately, that B push not working out exactly how they wanted it to, though. Neither site able to get a full tick in favor of Say and company. Nice defensive hold here off of the break from Team Veer.
And you can actually see Jumper's playing really, really passive right now. He's actually a few kills off from his streaks, but won't matter. We will go ahead and get taken out. But Fierce and Dave will go ahead and find 2. Now Evan's going to be up here on the flank, looking around, going to be looking for a kill. Does he know there's a player up here? He's looking. And no, he actually did not see him. Fierce is going to go ahead and take him out, catching him off guard just a little bit. And now the B site is slowly getting captured right now. There we go. Big kill coming from Gibby. Inferno going to be finding 1. That's going to be 3 players down for Sayenko. As, just Woo and Co doing their best to go ahead and hold this B site. And it will be another 4-stack hit coming from Sayenko. The spawn's not going in their favor to that A site. Now with 34 seconds left, 1 tick on A, 21 live for Sayenko, 20 for Veer. It's getting very, I'd say scary for Sayenko right now.
Yeah, definitely a dicey situation to say the least, especially with Evan, who was just on a great flank through Zig, was unfortunately taken out by the AR of Jumper. So he was in prime position to kind of help force the issue towards the middle of the map for Team Veer. with him defending right now, all you need is to play time, as Fierce and Say have something to say about that, no pun intended, as they will force the issue through money. Now Fierce is looking down the sights of the Team Veer spawn and is going to rain hellfire down. B is definitely going to get captured here, as Jumper doing some damn good work inside the hill. Fierce helping him out. B going to get captured. An extra minute added to the board, and Team Veer now in the lives disadvantage. What a flip of the script this has been.
Yeah, I believe I actually saw somebody pick up streaks on the side of saying,
my
Jumper!
God.
You
Good
cannot
Lord.
let that happen, Woo. Absolutely insane. We'll go ahead and get traded out, though. But, like you said, live deficit in not in favor of Veer right now. 12 for Sanko, 7 now for Veer. They still have 57 seconds to go ahead and make a cap happen with 1 tick already. So as long as they can go ahead and somehow get a wipe here, but Gibby's going to go ahead and try and wreak as much havoc in the back as possible right now. 9 bullets left in the clip. Clip doesn't need him. Now 1. Bring out the Diamante. You're not going to be able to find Dave. Dave will go ahead and clean him up. And now it's 9 to 6, 6 to 9. Very nice. 38 seconds left on the clock. Dave just hiding right now. Able to find Woo. Woo did not catch him, or he was reloading. One or the other. But Fierce bringing out the streaks coming. And now Jumper going to be able to find 1. 8v3 right now. Veer has to go to make something happen. Now 2 lives left. The cap will go ahead and come through. Jumper trying to find another, but it won't matter. Sanko go ahead and take that one. Now they're up 2-0, and Veer now has to go ahead and win it on this.
Well, and that's exactly what me and Brent were talking about earlier. We were referring to the Bravo site, but Alpha, again, a prime example of how a full team wipe, just one, can make or break a round. And we saw proper utilization of that streak from Fierce, was able to knock out 1 kill and keep Team Veer off of the contest, as Sayenko absolutely ran away in the lives advantage towards the end of that round. Very, very hot offense from a side of Sayenko, as Team Veer going to have to answer back in spades here to try and come back and draw this to a round number 5.
Oh, yeah, and that, like, the advantage being Sanko, they have some room for mess-ups, but with 3 players already down on the side of Veer. Now make that 4. That's already a full wipe. 2 players going to make their way towards the B site. 1 going Zig. Now number 2, Evan going to be making his way on over as well. Another shot whack coming out. Dave going to be able to find 1. Now on a 4 streak. 3 players currently on stairs. Dave is hunting. How many will Dave find? Dave will find 1. Dave will find 2. And body Swiss cheese coming right up on the menu for Dave once again. Evan going to be able to find Fierce on this B site. Ooh, and now he's going to go up a little bit. Evan going to find Say as well. And now he's going to be the lone man on this B site, but he doesn't want to hop on it just yet. He's waiting for backup. He's going to go ahead and play for these kills. Going to be able to find another. And now if Veer wanted to, they can go ahead and push up onto the site if they really, really wanted to. But maybe another round of kills before everybody else goes ahead and joins the fight.
Joining the fight, indeed, is they're going to have to join it and then some, as Inferno struggling this map. We saw him absolutely holding it down in the hard point and clearly controlled. Maybe not his cup of tea. Is 8 and 21 is he. Woo, 9 and 15 respectively. So tough start and tough game in general for the side of Team Veer, as realistically they've vied for control the whole time but have not been able to get it. The cruise missile coming out as well for the side of Dave. Will he be able to pick 1 and 2? No, Say he's gonna kill his teammate. Is out. How did that happen? How did that happen? Evan just getting absolutely world-starred by Dave after these streaks, as even more streaks getting fed from Say and company right now. It is falling apart at the seams for Team Veer.
Yeah, Veer 16.4 seconds. Go ahead and make something happen. Left 18 to 8 in lives in favor of Sayenko. A will go ahead and get captured, but now it comes down to, like, you guys got to play as a team. You got to play close. You have to get these trades, because you are going to have to go ahead and make one big push onto the site. But more streaks coming in. Now the 3rd streak we've seen so far. Say going to be able to find 2. Jumper 1 with his cruise missile. 5 lives left for the side of Veer. No more respawns now for them, as they have to go ahead and capture this. It's 4 to 16. And with 55 seconds left on the clock and a tick captured, don't get me wrong, very possible, but it's got to be very, very precise teamwork. But now Jumper on the flank right now, not going to be able to make anything happen. Dave and Jumper both will go ahead and fall. Evan hiding. Both of the players on Sayenko are just extremely weak right now. But here we go, Gibby. making his way on over. This kitchen control and money control would be huge for a push here, but they are playing oh so passively in this 3v14 right now. Dave getting aggressive. He can't afford it. Jumper does find Gibby. It will be Evan and Wu, the last two players up for Veer with 20 seconds left. It's going to be very, very hard now. Now it's going to be a 1v13, 17 seconds left. Evan going to go ahead and take it out, and a 3-0 control coming from K7Q. A very good performance, and like you said, a few players on the side of Veer were just lagging behind a little bit, but K7Q definitely popping off during that control, and a beautiful performance coming from them.
Yeah, what a tough situation, truthfully, for the side of Team Veer. I mean, we saw a very hot start from them in the hard point, and then the S&D going 6-4 in favor of K7Q after some very close rounds. But honestly, that control was a master class in how to hand an ass whooping to your opponent. As truthfully, I mean, we saw Jumper was what, 27-8 or 27-7. I mean, he was absolutely feasting for the side of K7Q. Dave putting on a show as well, positive 10 plus. So, I mean, honestly, and with a map like Raid on control, if you have that much domination on the scoreboard, it's going to be hard for you to lose.
Now we're going to be going to a pretty small map, Apocalypse, for the hard point. And we saw quite a bit questionable actions coming from the one you went ahead and casted earlier. And obviously, these teams got to realize, hopefully they have it in their heads by now, what positions are worth fighting for, what hills are worth fighting for, which ones are just better to contest. Because there were a few times when last match happened where it just seemed like, yeah, we'll play the hill. We kind of feel like it. Or yeah, we're going to do a long rotate for no reason. When you got to hit the hill head on, and that's how it has to be. You have to go ahead and get those rotates out early before that hill even pops. Because obviously, number one, the first hill isn't worth anything. That number two, that's a money hill. That's one of the hardest hills to break in my opinion in this game, is that hill number 2. And I believe that it's 4, which is another really hard one to break. But it's still possible. But whoever spawns, like let's say village side and not temple side, village side, you guys got to push the spawn immediately. In my opinion, you got to wrap around, get your way up there, so you can go ahead and take the money hill number 2, and maybe get some scrap time on number 1. That being the case, but obviously we didn't see it. And if we did see it last series, it was way too late. So hopefully we see that like fast, aggressive, maybe even a 3 or 4 stack flank for the fast hits coming from behind. So
well, and one thing that I think scares me too is that if you go back and look at K7Q's map number 1 performance, I think one thing that you and I saw, even going back through the VOD during the break, we saw that K7Q never early rotated. I mean, we saw them go through essentially 2 full rotations of hard points, trying to survive essentially on brute force. So, I mean, them trying to break directly in from the front and trying to rely on their gun skill, which is not a bad way to do it on a map like Checkmate, but with a map like Apocalypse, where you've got that P2 and those spawns can be so pivotal in influencing a full 60-point hold versus something that like Checkmate, where P1, P3, P2, or a P1, P3, and P4 are all relatively scrappy and hard to get a sort of full 60-second hold on. With a map like Apocalypse, if you get one full team wipe, especially over towards P2, you can force them to spawn quite literally all the way across the map, catty-cornered. And then there's only so many areas of entry. You can either enter through the front, you can try and go back through Temple, but realistically, if they lock that down, I mean, it could be bad news for K7Q, as Team Veer definitely looking to replicate the performance of their map number 1 hard point here on map number 4. Again, shout out to Design by You, as this always makes me dizzy. Apocalypse hardpoint, it's coming up. And honestly, what are you expecting to see here, Matt? Do you think we will see Veer come out and mirror their performance of map number 1? Or do we think all is lost in the way of K7Q with way too much momentum?
Honestly, I kind of agree with here we go. Actually, it's that 4 hit I was talking about that we should have seen. Well, my prediction, if Inferno shows up for the hard point like he did, number 1, just holding all the points, or all the anchor spots, holding the spawns, I think Veer will go ahead and come out on top. But if Inferno is lacking, that's going to be the deciding factor for me. It will be Inferno. If he's lacking, then it will go in favor of K7Q, unless somebody just go ahead and just backpacks the entire game. But look at this, dude. 3 players. Jumper able to find 2. Dave able to find 1. Dave actually able to find number 2. And look at this. That 4 hit on the left side or top side of the map, going through Temple, through P2, worked out in the favor of K7Q. Now, Wu will go ahead and make something happen here. Going into this little head box or whatever you want to hole in the wall. Jumper will actually be able to go ahead and find him. And look, K7Q's not even playing Hill 1. They said, all right, Dave, you got this, right? Yeah, all that scrap time, look at that. But like 24 seconds were used that hill out of the full 60. Now a little bit more getting onto that, but this is what we mean by like hill number 1 does not matter on this map, and K7Q will go ahead and start off hill number 2 with complete control, and Jumper making some noise with Dave, able to find 3 in total between the 2 of them. But it also will be Inferno finding 2. Inferno looking for the 3rd down. 1 shot. It's gonna be very tough for him to go ahead and break this spawn, and I think they just need to go ahead and hit the hill head on. There we go.
Yeah, Dave, it has been the Dave and Jumper show for the side of K7Q here during the last 2 maps, as now they combine for 12 and 7, almost double positive between the both of them. And if my math is correct, 6, 8, 12 tied for the same amount of kills that Team Veer has in the entirety of the map so far. Is Inferno answering back in a big way, shape, and form, though. 5 killing spree for him is, unfortunately, though, the downside is with P3 being located relatively catty corner from P2. They were able to flip the spawns, but at what cost? Because now K7Q is already set up, and Gibby, he might be big here, though, as he may be able to make me eat my words and try to get some control for P3 here for the side of Team Veer. Neither team attaining any quite yet, but Fierce is doing a damn good job of putting some kills on the board.
The little bit of corpse bombs coming from Gibby, that caught me off guard right there. But Evan going to go ahead and hop in this hill. We'll go ahead and get taken out by Jumper. Say will fall. Fierce will find 1. Jumper will find another. Now just K7Q, they need to go ahead and hop in this hill, take out this last player, that being Wu. There you go. Now the hill will go ahead and go in their favor, and they're spawning. It does look like P2, Veer is spawning P2 right now, as they're going to go ahead and, I believe they're going to go ahead and give it one more go, as Say goes ahead and push out. Go ahead and find 1, go ahead and find 2. Swiss cheese once again. Oh, he's extra Swissy tonight, boys. Say, making sure these bodies are dealt with. Nice and holy. It's Sunday, I swear. But anyways, anyway, I was just so bad at puns. Jumper getting an amazing 3-piece there. And right now, K7Q is just completely annihilating right now. But the score is close, but kill-wise and just performance so far, I'd go ahead and give this K7Q. I'd kind of leaning towards them right now.
Yeah, K7Q looking gnarly right now. 80 points already amassed between the first 3 hard points to a mere 39 from the side of Team Veer. Gibby going to be huge there if he could, but Dave is absolutely putting on a show. Double positive is he. Jumper almost triple positive as the streak's coming out early, going to try and assure some extra map control and some more hard point time for what is, again, one of these huge money hills. P4 going to be so important moving forward. Jumper still doing a great job of holding the back spawns, and it's really solely going to be up to Wu right now, as he may be the only person that's going to be in a position to challenge. Dave knows he's there, and K7Q is looking hot here for P5 as well.
This is a complete flip from map number 1, dude. K7Q looks like a whole different team right now. And that's what say 5 and 5. I'd say it's Jumper and Co right now, my dude. Because look at this, man. 17 and 6. He's anchoring so hard. These sites a complete flip compared to that checkmate where K7Q could not even break spawns. And now here we are. Jumper on a 3 streak right now, just chilling back there with the Craig. Back and forth in the site, but it will go ahead and be Dave coming out on top once again. Dave now 15 and 7. Jumper finding another, making him 19 and 6. It will be a lower hit coming from Gibby and Evan trying to contest this hill. They will go ahead and do so. Say able to find 1. Say will go to get taken out by Mr. Evan, trying to get a bit of a pre-fire. Nobody will be up there. Gets taken out from behind, dude. And I mean, we saw K7Q do it map 1 where they were down by 100, and they went ahead and brought it back to at least it was 250 to 204 or something like that. So, won't count Veer completely out of this yet, but K7Q, dude, just Jumper holding these spawns and Dave performing the way he is. It's going to be very tough for Veer to go and come back from this one.
Yeah, I will say, as of current, they do have a bit of an advantage map control-wise. They have been able to traverse the entirety of the map and ensure P2 spawns, at least for the moment, as Veer, unfortunately, on the back of Say will invalidate that for the moment. But Evan, nice trade there, as he will assure the spawns for at least a little while longer. As now what we're seeing here is a classic case of being down by a whole bunch of points and having to turn a hill that is realistically a scrappy one into a money hill, as they tried to control as much of it as humanly possible. They were able to attain about 30 seconds on it, so not a terrible performance in P1. However, what is going to matter is, will they be able to break back through the front? Again, the spawns have flipped in favor of Stay and Company, as Team Veer now playing with their backs against the walls, the definition of playing off of the back foot. But this P1 hold was important, now making it essentially a one hard point game. But man, it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, and if Veer goes ahead and decides, hey, we're going to leap over this wall, that's never a good case. Your gun will be down. But it does, maybe not. They actually are going to completely just avoid that cliff there. And they are going to go ahead and go for a temple hit. It will be 2 players in the back. Now it's going to be Inferno hopping over the wall and caught off guard. Dave will go ahead and fall. Jumper will find one. Woo going to find another. And now it's going to be a 2v1 on the hill. He's fighting for his life. Jumper will go ahead and get taken out. And Evan and I believe Gibby went ahead and took over the hill. But here it comes. Round number 2. Sanko making the way in now. Trades going back and forth. It will be a 1v3 for Dave as of right now, with the help now coming through. Now it's going to be a 2v3 on the site. They have to do a little bit of a better job just holding this, because right now Veer didn't get too many points. But now I believe the dust will now go ahead and settle. Veer will go ahead and pick up the rest of this scrap time, putting him to about the 130-ish margin there. But look at this setup already coming from Sanko for the next hill. Jumper with this AR. If he can go ahead and get in the back here, this is going to be absolutely crucial for Sanko, because Veer is they're not out of it just yet.
Yeah, not out of the woods quite yet for the side of Say and Company. However, a 3-kill streak there for the side of Team Veer. 1 kill away from a full team wipe, but Jumper is the last man alive, and he has been a danger on this map throughout the entirety of it, and realistically the entirety of the series as well, dropping, I believe, 40 on the hard point number 1, as Evan doing a good job trying to stay alive himself. Now 50-point margin-ish for the side of Say and Company, as they will control at least a little bit of the last part of this hard point, as Woo trying to make something happen, playing Ring Around the Rosie with 2 different members, and will be the benefactor of that for the moment. But Jumper coming back in and accentuating his game here, 30-12, as he on a 5-kill streak currently. And we talked about it earlier, just like in this control, if you control that scoreboard the way that you do, you're going to find it hard to lose a match. And Sanko putting that on display right now.
Yeah, Veer doing good. Veer is bringing it back right now, especially with this hill control. If Jumper can go ahead and win this engagement up against Woo, Woo's actually running out. Jumper now with the streaks. It will go ahead and go down. I don't think he should call it in. He should honestly probably save it. But who knows what's going to go ahead and happen. The artillery may be coming. Yes, it does. Jumper able to find one. Veer's going to be able to find another. And now here we go again. Jumper going to his spot on top of the truck, trying to make something happen. Gibby able to find 2. Dave going to go ahead and get the trade, though. And now it will be Sanko spawning in the, let's go ahead and just say bottom village area right now, as Jumper goes ahead and hops on that heady. And he will actually go ahead and get taken out by Inferno. They've been going at it these last few hills in that heady spot. So don't be too surprised right now. Veer can go ahead and recapture this spawn right now, because it will be Dave in the back. Dave able to find 1. And now it's going to be 4 players all kind of smushed together right now on Sanko. And it only will be 1 player in the site, and it will be Evan. But here comes the reinforcement from behind. Dave, there's a big gunfight, and you go ahead and win it there with some help coming from, never mind, it was Say, but now they're down in a complete turnaround already. They're only 8 points behind, but Veer is not giving up yet. 158 and counting to 242. Jumper once again in his spot. Will he be able to go ahead and find something here? But with these 2 players just chilling, they could really realistically win off of scrap time alone if we go ahead and go back to hill number 1. But that's honestly going to be cutting it really, really close, because all it takes is that second hill control in favor of Veer. If they can go ahead and control the rest of hill number 1, if we go ahead and go back to it, that hill too, if it's in control of Veer, it might be a win for them.
Absolutely. I mean, I think we're asking for a pretty tall order with only 8 seconds left remaining for the side of K7Q to finish the victory. And oh my goodness, Dave looking like he's going to try to single-handedly do it himself, as he will do it.
No.
As they can win off of this scrap time here. Nobody in position to challenge quite yet, as the contest will come through. But K7Q will finish it in an unbelievable fashion. A 61-point victory that realistically should have been way worse than that. As, my goodness, if you looked at the scoreboard, you would not have thought the game would have came down to the wire in that manner. But of course, on your best play here, Dave finishing it off with some help from Jumper towards the backside of P5, finishing off that map and taking a 3-1 victory, which propels them forward to round number 2 here in the winner's bracket to go on to play against the illustrious 0-8 Team Hustle, as Team Veer will drop down to the loser's bracket to play Punk Esports here in the relegation matches. We got gifted with 2 beautiful matches here tonight, some very, very close hard points and very close S&Ds. But Say & Company, they're looking like they're going to be a force to be reckoned with here, as well as Lemon & Co., which, by the way, when the 2 teams inevitably win, that will win, Lemon & Co. and Say & Co. respectively, in this round number 2, they will be facing off against one another in round number 3. So we definitely have our work cut out for us and some great matches coming ahead here in the relegation.
Yeah, and tomorrow we got 2 more just for you guys. I believe it'll be, I'm not too sure who's doing 8. I believe it's actually you and Brett for the 8 o'clock, and then I believe it's me and Kyle for the 10 o'clock. So it's going to be interesting to see how these, who's the better duo. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. You and Shifty, or you and Brett, excuse me, were really good today. But honestly, I'm excited to go ahead and see what happens tomorrow, how everything else will go ahead and play out in the brackets off stream for the remainder of the night going into tomorrow. But honestly, both these matches today were a complete pleasure to go ahead and observe /cast/produce, whatever you want to go ahead and call it there. But I was hoping for a game 5 there, but that hard point, we was kind of like a repeat of the first one, except on the opposite teams, where it was like 100+ lead this time in favor of Co, and Veer tried to bring him back, but unfortunately they weren't able to do it. But another good night of K7 League, honestly, Brett, God dang it. Shifty. He's disappointed now. Oh, no.
What? Come on, man. No, I'm just kidding. It would be a blessing to be compared to the greatness that is Brett FX's. Thank you, Matt, for joining me here tonight. Thank you, Kyle, behind the boards, running the prod and making sure that everything else is beautiful and up to snuff with the K7 League production. Thank you guys for watching, as we have a hell of a lot more Call of Duty this season. Not only do we have relegation coming up, but then we have next week is playoffs, and the week after that being the championship rounds. So we've got a whole bunch more of great Call of Duty coming up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications for when we do go live. We will see you back here tomorrow night at 8 p.m. I will be here. Brett will be here. It's going to be a blast. Thank you guys for watching. Big shout out to our partners, and I hope everybody has a wonderful night.